Okay, hello and good morning, you. It is Monday, November 26th, 2018, and my name is Allison Nail-Malone of Malone Consultants Group, and I'm doing a live simulcast here on Instagram as well as on Facebook, and just giving a few people moments to get on. It's bright and early here on our 720 mindfulness message. And so for those of you that don't know me or don't know me well, again, my name is Allison Nail-Malone of Malone Consultants Group, and I am a women's executive leadership coach as well as a mindfulness-based stress reduction mentor. And I hope that this past week you had an opportunity to connect with family and friends, or maybe you wanted time to yourself and you got that as well. So I hope that it was a time that you got to rest and connect in the way that you wanted to. So this week we're doing a theme, and for our mindfulness message, just know that this is a 10-minute or less discussion and an opportunity for you to connect with yourself and to have a topic to think about throughout the day to bring more mindfulness into your day. And know that mindfulness is really just about being aware and conscientious and conscious about what's happening in the moment versus always thinking about what's happening in the past or anticipating the future. It is not meant to go super, super deep, but just an opportunity to have a discussion. And if you want to go deep in with the conversation, you're welcome to do that. But in today and every day, or every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, when we do this, is just an opportunity to get a conversation or a thought going, right? So today's theme, or this week's theme, is bringing your soul to work. And it could be bringing your soul to relationships or whatever, but I want to focus on work. And work can be if you are a stay-at-home parent, an educator, perhaps you are an educator in the school systems, or you're CEO of a company, or you're an admin. Whatever your work is, this can apply at any point, in any career. So as you know, I love acronyms and I love the number 3, although soul has 4 letters. So today we'll talk about 1 letter, Wednesday we'll talk about another letter, and then Friday we'll talk about 2 letters. And so today we're going to focus on the letter S. So bringing your soul, the letter S in soul, to work. And it'll be a little bit unconventional. And so today's topic is bringing your setbacks to work. I know that seems a little counterintuitive, but just hear me out. What if we could acknowledge our setbacks as things that have molded us into who we are, has shaped us in the way that we show up as today? No matter what that setback is, it is a part of our identity. It's part of our personality and has molded us into how we think. And as always, if you are watching live, let me know in the comments below that you're here. And for those of you watching the replay on Facebook, drop in the comments below that you're here on the replay. And on Instagram, just reply to the live and let me know what you think about today's topic. So as we think about our setbacks and bringing those to work with us, our setbacks have sometimes made us sad or angry or depressed. And those setbacks have also taught us to navigate what to do, to set goals, and also how, when we reflect on those setbacks, we can see how far we've actually come. When we ignore our setbacks, we actually start ignoring the part of ourselves that actually craves acknowledgement. Perhaps some of those acknowledgement or some of those setbacks really desire to be celebrated, but really, at the very least, to be acknowledged as a part of the piece of the puzzle of who we are. So what does this look like when we bring our setbacks to work? Okay, so first, how many of you, like, when you make a mistake at work, and whatever the consequence of that mistake was, maybe it could be a very small consequence and nobody knows but you, to actually getting in trouble at work. And how many of you, if you can relate, kind of obsess a little bit about all the things that you could have done, should have done, I shouldn't have done this, or they should have said this, or I could have said that. And we kind of get caught up in that wheel, right? And that's okay, because I think at some point that it's really helpful to be able to reflect back on that, but only for a period of time. Acknowledging our setback, the S of your soul, brings you to a different level of humanity as well as compassion, and builds that compassion for yourself and for others. And it actually strengthens our muscle of resiliency and problem-solving skills. Yes, sometimes our confidence kind of takes a hit when it comes to those setbacks, but acknowledgement of that setback actually builds us to be, builds that strength or that muscle to be stronger. Very similar when you do weight training. When you do weight training, it breaks down the muscle so that it can rebuild itself again. Good morning, Nate. Also, what I have learned, both from my clients as well as myself, and science even tells this, that when we can acknowledge our setbacks and learn from those setbacks, it actually builds our creativity. It also creates more productivity at work, and it makes us think about being future forward in a way that supports us in our work, in our leadership capabilities, and in our resiliency. Knowing that you have continued to overcome or even leveraged to navigate with those setbacks really kind of builds new ways and new neural pathways to deal with problems. So what if we could take more time, or at least a little more energy, in acknowledging that our setbacks as they are, and begin to, or maybe just even a little bit, investigate how our setbacks are actually benefits for our brain, they're benefits for our problem solving and creativity skills, and also for us as humans to build resiliency and self-trust, and more importantly, our self-assurance, and more importantly, self-trust. So let me know what you think about this. It's a little bit unconventional of thinking about bringing our soul to work, and a part of that, really acknowledging our setbacks as a benefit, as well as when those setbacks don't feel or don't seem or aren't really benefits to us, like how can we leverage that learning from those setbacks to really strengthen our resiliency for impact and influence in the place that we work. So that's the S of bringing your soul to work. So tomorrow we'll focus on O, and O is being open-hearted. And I can't wait to discuss that, because if anybody's ever been to my office or been to my home, I have things of hearts all over the place. In fact, over here is a bowl full of heart rocks that people have either sent me, or that I have found, or my family has found and given to me from all across the country. So these are heart rocks, heart-shaped rocks that have come from all over the country, from all over the world, actually. So I hope today is incredible. Thank you for being present for yourself in this mindfulness message. And let me know what you loved about today. Let me know if there was any ahas or something that really resonated with you, or maybe you disagree with it. And I would love to hear about that as well. I hope today that you're able to bring your soul, or at least that acknowledgement of how incredible those setbacks have been for you. And even with some of those setbacks that haven't been great for you, like how can we learn to leverage that for your expansion of resilience and impact, influence in your community, your companies, and in your families today. Have an incredible day, and I can't wait to connect with you on Wednesday here at 7:20 for your mindfulness message. And I'd love to also know, for those of you, there's a lot of you that when I did a surprise mindfulness meditation, let me know if you'd like to have more of that, because I've actually really enjoyed it as well. And that was just actually a 5-minute mindfulness moment where we just kind of practiced one of the mindfulness practices to get present for the day. I hope today is incredible, and I can't wait to connect with you soon.